what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Chance Bishop Show for episode 28 of Season 2 of our UFC 5 Career Mode, featuring none other than Kate Bishop, the legendary daughter of Chance Bishop. We've seen him multiple times in this YouTube channel, but Kate being 33-0 here, split between the flyweight and the bantamweight divisions. She's back down in flyweight, but taking on a Bailey Coffey here. She's fought Coffey a few times in her UFC career. Coffey always being a formidable opponent. A lot of respect right there between Kate and Bailey. Now, hopefully, Bailey shows Kate the same kind of respect. 'Cause it always seems like Kate, always shows a little more respect than what is shown back to her. But Kate, taking on someone, who you're not supposed to throw kicks to. But Kate, that's kind of what Kate does. That's kind of her thing right there, is to throw kicks. It's like, oh, well, Bailey Coffey here, she can block kicks against nobody's business, and she's got legs of steel, which would destroy your legs. And it's, yeah, I get it that, you have a very tough defense here. But Kate... though, Kate is, something else. Kate is not your normal run-of-the-mill fighter. Kate is a monster when it comes to fighting. Plain and simple, that's just what she is. But, Kate comes out here, and she just gets ready to fight, any opponent. We've said it once, we've said it a dozen times, we've said it, 50-something odd times, 52 odd times here on the channel. Kate adapts throughout the fight. Kate doesn't go out there like her father and goes, okay, I'm just gonna bludgeon you off the octagon here with just overhands and hooks and uppercuts. Kate, more of a tactical fighter, opposed to a brutal fighter like her father, but it's all the same. Kate is a very smart individual, especially in the octagon there. Doesn't make any risky decisions, doesn't do anything that is going to jeopardize Kate's ability to have a long, sustainable career. And that's kind of what you want out of any fighter, is just the ability to, have self-preservation, to be out there and know what their limit is, know how far to push themselves, and know what is the, proper thing to do depending on the fighter. Because you gotta think, every fighter fights differently. Every fighter has a different weakness. And to come out there mid-fight and figure out, okay, well, this fighter doesn't block their lower half of the body, so we need to target their legs, or this fighter is open for just frontal face kicks right there. But this is a big fight, though, nonetheless, for Kate. Kate is now 30. Kate turns 30 years of age coming into this fight, and that's a big milestone for any fighter. Being in the UFC now for, 12 years, debuted at 18. Yeah, Kate's done a lot so far in her very, short but also long career. Like, you don't stick around in the UFC for 12 years for no reason here. But Bailey Coffey, 13-10. Ugh, that's not a very good record there for Miss Coffey. I didn't see what Coffey's rank was. I don't, watch her be ranked like the third best fighter in the flyweight division. And I'm just gonna be like, how is she ranked? Whatever she's ranked. 13-10. Like, how are you ranked at that point? I guess because you defeat ranked opponents, I guess. But I don't. Kate goes for the fist bump there. No respect from Bailey Coffey. So gloves are off here. Kate gonna go for the gusto here. And if it involves having to injure Bailey here, it's gonna have to involve injuring Bailey here, because Kate is not gonna take lightly. For trying to show just a little bit of respect out in the octagon. And Kate, as long as she's been here in the UFC, you gotta think, she's made a lot of enemies, she's made a lot of friends, and it's just like a lot of mutual respect, between fighters out there. No one wants to see the other fighter get injured. No one wants to see something bad happen to someone else that's on the other corner. But Bailey here being the 8th ranked fighter, not showing any sort of respect there to Kate, not doing any sort of fist bump or anything, and just trying to be overly aggressive here with Kate. Doing a lot of slams, it seems like, early in this one, getting Kate up against the cage, picking her up, throwing her to the ground. We get it, Brock Lesnar, Suplex City Population 1. But Kate here, knowing how to fight around this one, just don't let Bailey just get her hands on you. Keep a distance. Like that big kick right there, the face. Another kick to the face right there as well. And Coffee just going down low for the leg. And if that's gonna be her one gimmick this fight, where as long as Kate can keep her from getting positioned, from wrapping her up, Kate shouldn't really have anything to worry about. And at this point, it's just becoming annoying. Of how are you calling this a fight? What kind of fighting tactic is this? We're just going to sit there and we're just gonna dive, we're gonna grab you. Now, Kate, of course, could possibly look to throw some knees to try and counteract these dodges there. Try to do something here. But Kate just kind of going with it, getting taken down to the ground yet again. Not someone that's tries to fight the takedown, but just gets out of the takedown quickly. Kate back up, standing. Big hits to the head right there to Bailey Coffee. Another kick to the leg, and Kate, pushed up against the cage there. Now here we go, both fighters standing up again. Here you got about 2 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in round number 1. Let's see if this is going to be another round 1 knockout here for Kate. Now Coffee again taking Kate to the ground. What a surprise. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. That just kind of seems to be the MO here for Bailey. Don't let Kate hit you. How do we do that? Well, you just keep Kate from actually being able to properly fight. That's the only thing that it seemed like Bailey can fathom doing, is just keep Kate from fighting altogether. Again, another takedown. I guarantee you by the end of this fight, it's going to be like, Bailey Coffee had 15 takedowns. Easy. It's just so dumb how the AI works in this game, especially when it comes to takedowns, where it's like, that's your one trick. Yeah, that's the only thing the Pony Show here can do, is go for a takedown. Big kicks right there. These kicks are starting to add up. Kate the whole time, whittling away at Bailey. Bailey, of course, it's like, you can't throw kicks against her. She's brutal, super hard leg checks, and, not a fighter you want to, run up against, and that's how you end it right there. Big kick to the knee. That one's going to blow something out there. Big injury to Bailey Coffee. And Kate comes away the victory here. Her first fight at the age of 30. Now, I think the real question is, how many takedowns did Bailey Coffee have in this fight? I'm doing over under 10. Over under 10 takedowns. Well, I guess one. What is it going to consider to be a takedown? That is going to be the main question here. But see, Kate had no takedowns. Kate doesn't do takedowns. Kate is not a takedown specialist. Kate's a fighter. Kate just will knock him out, drag him out, and honestly, just do the most you could possibly do. Just damage-wise. But over under only 9. It only registered 9 takedowns, and only 7 of them were successful. Okay. So I guess only 9 attempts, 7 successful. Kate had none. Kate doesn't do takedowns. I don't think I've ever performed a Kate takedown, or even a Chance takedown. So yeah, 2 seasons, 50-something episodes deep into this series, and not one takedown has been attempted. Now, second fight of the episode here. Take on Manon Fiorot? Fiorot? Yeah, we've faced Manon before. Don't know how to say her name still. It's just Manon. Manon, she is a French fighter here. And your opponent's powerful straights, and they'll come with the first. Gotcha. So they're gonna be very aggressive. And they'll be throwing a lot of hands in the first round here. So we gotta keep our eye out for that one. Protect the face, protect the goods. Keep your hands up with this one. Don't let Manon kind of chain up some hits right here. Don't let her get like a hit streak going on you. Not something you want to do. You kind of want to keep your distance. And thankfully for Kate, the ability to kick people in the face, a little more effective there than the good old straight right there. In my defense, at least. But coming out of Nice, France, I'm looking to bring a title to France here. Try to usurp the New Jersey and Kate Bishop. Bring home that flyweight title to hopefully the French. I don't know what they would do with it. They would just run away from her, rear view mirrors and all. They would just watch her from the rear view mirror. It's the only way that they could greet, Manon right there, because she would be too strong that the French would run away from her. Let's be honest, that's just how the French get down. No problem to them, man. It cut them through a lot of good and bad times out there, but hey, run away while you can. But here we go. It's Kate Bishop, nicknamed Bad Intentions, because that's honestly the only intentions she has for you are bad. And most of them just end up with you either injured, knocked out, or just outright giving up on the fight. Kate does not have any quote-unquote friends in the octagon. The only people that you consider, in the octagon that are Kate's friends, just show her respect. But a lot of it just comes to be out of fear, because it's like, hey, this is the better fighter that all these fighters trained for years and decades to be, the best fighter, and to come out here and just find a, at one point an 18-year-old kid and now a 30-year-old, future Hall of Famer just absolutely running through them. It takes a lot of pressure off a lot of fighters. Let's be honest. The 6th ranked fighter here, Manon Fiorot, takes on the champion here of the flyweight division, Kate Bishop. But having a fighter like Kate takes a lot of pressure off of a lot of fighters. The Manons, the Blanchfields. It takes a lot of pressure off them as they realize, hey, there is someone that's better than me out there. They are faster. They are willing to work harder. They're willing to sacrifice more to get the success that, they want. But at 11-4, 5-7, Manon here, not the biggest threat. Very small sample size for her as well. Only 15 total fights, while Kate coming here a whopping 34. More than double the fights of Manon. Like, what has she been doing? Like, I guarantee you, we fought at least twice, maybe once, at least. One of those purses. Just not from her. Here we go, Kate Bishop, though. We are underway here. Kate letting Manon come all the way up to her. It allows her to land the first hit here. And there you go, Kate springing alive following that overhand shot there. So Manon takes another big kick to the face. Back-to-back, just big kicks to the face here. That one's going to be blocked. The 3rd attempt. 4th attempt's going to land. There you go, Kate. 5th attempt blocked. Come on, Kate, let's get to it. And there you go, Manon finally figuring out that, hey, I should probably block my face there before Kate just kicks my teeth in. But the fight is underway here in this one. Both fighters, very respectable here in their UFC careers. Both very highly regarded fighters in just the weight class in general. But Manon and Bishop, they are both duking it out here in this one. And, we're approaching that first minute mark, about 4:10 left here in round number 1. Both fighters clearly evenly matched in this one, even with Kate letting, her opponent get the upper hand to start the fight off with by crossing the entire octagon and landing that first strike. But Kate, there you go, so shots to the ribs there, not what you want to see. But here we go, big strikes there from both sides. And honestly, Kate just whittling down her opponent. That's something that, she's been known to do. You get a big opponent, it's hard to go after them all at once. So you set up one insignificant spot on that fighter, and then you start working it. You start whittling it down, and then all of a sudden, a hit, a kick, a drop, something, just pushes that little, inconvenience over the edge, and it just creates a whole new world of issues that fighters weren't expecting. But Kate going after the lower half here of Manon, taking after that, that calf, that ankle area. Kate, needs to still be careful. This is a very heavy-handed fighter in Manon. You don't get listed as, hey, your straights are deadly for no reason. But here we go. Both fighters just under 3 minutes remaining here up against the octagon. They've disengaged. Kate again, answering with some fairly big kicks here. And of course, the opponent also, Manon, she's holding her own. Down goes Manon. The whole kind of octagon shook right there a little bit, let's be honest. But Kate also getting up right there. And there we go, about 2.5 left in round 1. Kate looking to finish this one off, sure, round 2 is fine. It's whatever, no big deal. You get paid the same. But at the end of the day, it's just more time out of the way. There you go, Manon down, looking like she's out, but no, they're going to say she's still up. Kate does jump on top to deliver a handful of brawls, and that's going to be a very big injury right there for Drake. Now here we go, less than 2 minutes remaining in the round here, and Kate on top of the opponent. You gotta think like, hey, what point do you want to call this fight here? Kate clearly outmatching Manon, and you gotta think, minute 39 left here in round 1. Is there anything that this table and anything else wouldn't have? But here we go, minute 30 left in round 1. Both fighters are duking it out here in that center octagon. And there you go, big hits, big blocks from both parties. Big kick, and that's going to end the day. Big crane kick right to the mouth. And Kate Bishop is going to walk away here with the victory. You'll love to see that there for Kate. Kate, just honestly, and we've said it once 1,000 times, just a remarkable fighter to have here in the UFC. Someone that a lot of people have come to respect, a lot of people have come to quote-unquote dislike out there. But hey, what are you gonna do at the end of the day? Nothing. The answer is nothing. You can't really do anything about it. But here we go. Big victory, though, for Kate. You love to see that one. Kate just continues that massive win streak between the fly and bantamweight divisions. And the fact that Kate is just, spent so much time away and has adjusted so quickly is what you want to see. But yeah, there you go. A big victory here over Manon Fiorot. So no takedowns for either teams. Kate had landed 87 strikes. There you go. Throw her little gem on the belt there. You like to see that there from Manon. Just getting all the respect. And after that, another big surprise here. Kate's still #1 ranked UFC fighter in the flyweight division. Nothing too crazy. She is honestly too good. Alexa Grasso's the 1. Santos is the 2. Yeah, it's a crazy